Hey everybody, it's me, Beyblade, back again with another Beyblade unboxing video. Today, I have Phoenix Feather and the all-new BX-26 Unicorn Sting, which features a recolor of 560 and a brand new bit called Gear Point. If you're familiar with regular point and gear flat, it's like those two put together, essentially. So basically it's gear flat, but with a little ball in the center like point is the best way to describe it. The best way to describe Unicorn and Gear Point. I'm hoping is that Gear Point is good enough that I can run it on my Phoenix wing and use it in tournament. Because just 2 days ago I actually competed in a tournament here in Florida, 2 of them. I competed in Gale Thrust, I believe was the name of the WBO event, and came first place and won a second Bay Battle Pass, which is ironic because I actually had 2 ordered, assuming one was never going to show up, and then today the second one showed up, so now I have 3 of them, and 2 of them are still in the box. So now I gotta wait till Tressel, I believe is how you pronounce the host's WBO name, host another event, and then I can probably use them for bargaining chips. But either way, I'm just glad it showed up and I didn't waste like $45 or however much Beyblade Premiere tried to squeeze out of me. But yeah, Unicorn Sting. Let's see how this thing is. Now it is a brand new balance type, I believe. Yeah, balance type because of Gear Point. And of course, it features an interesting blade design. One half is real jagged and the other is really rounded. So it could be really good for stamina, or it could be really good for attack, or it could just suck at everything. You never know. But I do like 560. It is a good new piece to have. Another one of, even though I have like 4, I think, now. But hey, I'm always happy to have more for deck building. And Gear Point, I'm not sure how good it is yet, so let's just dive right in. Just gotta carefully cut through the tape. Okay, cut through it. I'm gonna need to actually make sure the product code doesn't slip into frame. So, pardon me while I delicately make sure I don't lose a product code, because with all these battle passes, it's starting to make me take a hint that, hey, maybe I should try and get the Gold Leon Claw that's coming out in February on the app. Okay, this tape is tough. So I'm just going to be very careful not to tear up the box. As, you know, I only got 1 Unicorn Sting right now. And I got to save my money for Sphinx Cowl because I did not put in a pre-order yet. Alright, now I'm getting it open and the product code is put aside. So that's not an issue. So let's take a look at what this Beyblade has to offer. Ah, more tape underneath. Let's just chop. There we go. And here is Unicorn Sting 560 Gear Point. Real interesting looking, I must say. Yeah, let's start out with the blade, I suppose. So the blade is a lot like how it says. It is very round on this side. It's really thick blade, I can see. This might be really good. And then there's the rough blade, which does have some offense to it, though it looks mostly like this main point here is the main attack piece. Well, the rest of this is rather round in all honesty. But I think it might be good for stamina. It feels pretty well balanced. Let's move on to the ratchet. Oh wait, I almost kind of forgot. Let's take a look at the kind of core. It's kind of got this angry looking unicorn to it, kind of funny looking. I mean, I understand it's Beyblade, they kind of have to look aggressive. What I mean is a unicorn. At what point do you draw the line for it, you know? Like, they made the horn more prevalent rather than, like, the face, I guess. But here is 560 in white and kind of a cyan, or not really cyan, but, like, really bright blue and white. It does look pretty cool, so I'll give it that. And now for gear point, which is a lot wider, it looks like, than what the images shown online, I have to say. This is a booster, not a starter, by the way, so if you're looking for a launcher, you're not going to get one. But here's the new bit, gear point. It looks rather wide for that ball in the middle. Yeah, it's a lot wider than I thought it'd be, so I'm actually really glad that it did that. And it is a high resistance bit, so that's pretty good. There is quite the gap, though, between the blade and the ratchet, so I can only assume that's because this thing is really strong that they had to do that. But yeah, here it is, fully assembled. Unicorn Sting 560 gear point. I'm very excited to see how this performs. But before I get into that, let's get into Phoenix Feather, the Koro magazine exclusive that released in Japan, and I finally got my hands on after all this time. I do see there's a little paper with it, but I'm not quite sure about what it is or if it has the code or not. But yeah, this is the little paper comes with it. So I'll just set that to the side. Now here is Phoenix Feather. Very pretty looking blade, I'd say. Looks a lot like Drawn Sword, but maybe a bit more round. So that could be really good for some of the defense stuff or stamina, like ball and high needle and regular needle. But its official stock, according to the manga and the official Beyblade YouTube channel, is actually the red Drawn Sword from the entry starter set or whatever. It's 360 flat in red is what's supposed to go on here. And I do not use the red Drawn Sword enough to care about if its blade stays on those parts. So instead, Phoenix is going to get the honor of 360 flat in red. And I do have to say, that does look very nice. Very nice. I am definitely a fan of this, so I am definitely going to give both of these bays a test. So let's just jump right into it with some test launching. Let me just pull out my Stadium. Here it is. Actually, let's make the extreme zone be right in front of the camera. Wait a minute. Better angle. There, now you get a good view of the whole stadium. So I'm going to be using the Phoenix Swing string launcher. I just need a sec to attach my battle pass because it just fits more comfortable because I have my big hands. Currently opening my soft case to get it out. My whole collection is kind of stored all wacky because of trying to pack up everything at the end of the tournament the other day. Yeah, here's my launcher. Let's start out with Phoenix for the test launch. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Yep, pretty much just Drawn Sword, but much rounder and cooler, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna launch it and then pick up the camera so you can get a bit of a upper view now. Angle launch so it stays more control. Just a leap. Honestly, I'd say this is a pretty good bay, at least for parts. And you don't really need the red 360 flat unless you really want to have manga accuracy. But I don't really think it's worth going through like $100 just to get it. I mean, the base and the recolors and all that are really cool, plus you do get straight rip cords, but if you're doing all that just for your Phoenix Feather, you do you, I guess. Oh. Alright. And now, let's do Unicorn Sting. I'm going to start out with just kind of a weak launch. So yeah, as expected, the ball does stick to the center. That's good. Now let's get an above view. So there it is, kind of a interesting blue. Nice. Now I'm gonna go for a more aggressive type of launch and see how it does, because I do see potential in this bit already. So 3, 2, 1, go. Messed up my launch. I let go of the string a little too early. Let's try that again. 3, 2, 1, go. Definitely clings to the outside. But then the ball really kicks in right at the end. I do like how that works. I bet this is going to be very good on Phoenix Wing for tournament use. So I'm rather excited about that, so I can finally run that on there. Alright, let's go for angle launch. 3, 2, 1, go, shoot. And that was a hard shoot, an angle, so I can still get power and use the ball, which is really good. It doesn't feel very sharp, I have to say, when I grab it. So let's put this up against something fun. I'll put it against one of my Wyvern Gales. I actually opened both Wyvern Gale sets, the other one off camera, because there's no point in opening both when you already know what the base are. So 3, 2, 1, go shoot! And go shoot! I think that was a self-KO from Wyvern, but I'm not sure, so let's just do another round of this. I'm going to try using my blue ripcord launcher. I'm going to launch Wyvern first on the string, and then use Unicorn on the blue launcher. I have to say, I like how Gear Point moves. And that is a spin finish for Unicorn. Okay. Okay, let's put it up against something more aggressive. I'm gonna put it against Hell's Chain and see how that does. Both bays are gonna be on the string launcher. 3, 2, 1, go. Shoot! Shoot! Okay, Unicorn is kind of low on stamina, and that's a spin out. Alright, Hell's Chain gets the spin finish. Alright. Let's do, I'm gonna go against Shark now, just for fun. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Go shoot! And a lucky deflection from Unicorn. Alright, pretty interesting. Alright, now, just because I gotta do this, let's put Phoenix Feather against Unicorn Sting and see how this goes. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Shoot! stamina. Okay, a lot low. It's out. It's gone. Alright. Now I'm going to battle Phoenix against Wyvern Gale. And then I guess do Phoenix versus Phoenix, because you gotta do that, you know? 3, 2, 1, go. Shoot! It burst itself before I even got the other bait on the launcher. That was just downright stupid. Yeah. Just reassembling Wyvern. Okay. And 3, 2, 1, go. Shoot! Go. Shoot! Every extreme dash just missed. But it seems to be working out. Oh, never mind. It did not work out. I thought Wyvern was going to lose all its stamina on the rail, but it just had enough to knock it over. Okay, let's do Phoenix versus Phoenix. And then I think last off, I'm going to try Phoenix on gear point, I guess. Or at the very least, I'm going to try that at my next tournament I compete at. So 3, 2, 1, go. Shoot! Okay, Wing is absolutely bodying Feather because of the launch order, I'm assuming. Or just the sheer weight difference, so let's swap the order. And a swift ring out from Feather. Not bad. Okay. Pretty fun match. But now it's 1-1, so obviously I gotta go again. So let's swap that order right back. Go. Self-caused ring out from Wing. Well, that was certainly interesting. Alright. So, what do I have to say about these bays? I think Unicorn is going to be really good for the tip on Wing. That's for dang sure. Definitely going to run that at my next deck format or 3-on-3 format I compete in. Because at the tournament, I believe my deck for coming in first was Cobalt Drake 560 point. I know that one's for sure. I had the Yellow Hell Scythe stock, just 380 ball, which I actually kind of just bodied this one guy's entire team using just that in the deck format. I just funny what I had said to him before the match. Is before our match started, I believe it was against him, but it might have been someone else, he was smack talking me, and I had said that I'm gonna murder his entire deck and make it look like an accident. And sure enough, this stock Hell Scythe bodies all 3 of his bays. So, that was kind of fun. That is, assuming that that was him I did that match against after talking that. It could have been someone different. But, a lot of fun. I got first place and won a battle pass from the host. And then I competed in the other tournament of the same day at 1:30, which was New Year Same Synchromes, which was Metal Fight Standard, which was actually my first Metal Fight Standard tournament, as well as my first X tournament. And I came second place, with the host winning first in the Synchromes tournament. The deck I was running was Killerkin Dragoon. Both halves were Hasbro. I believe 105, if I had to guess, on wide defense. I believe my other combo was Berserker, or Begerdos, both the metal halves, whichever name, but they were both Hasbro. fused together on 100 rubber flat, which was a pretty good attacker. It actually did ring out another Ronin Dragoon combo, or not Ronin, but Killerkin Dragoon. So I did get a decent hit on that. And my last one was Leviathan bearing drive, yeah. Only one half Leviathan was Hasbro, the other half was Takara Tomy, and the bearing drive was from a mid-fake, Phantom Orion, that I had. So that was pretty funny. It was the ultimate fusion of Beyblade parts. But I got second place with the host in first. Honestly, if I just led with my attack combo, Gyarados, I probably would have had a better chance, but I lost at a score of 5-1. Because Gyarados got one lucky hit against his Killerkin Dragoon. I do have about an hour's worth of footage I need to skim through and edit into some videos that I'll upload later on. But until then, just stay on the lookout for that. And hopefully by the time this video goes up, it'll be the first Phoenix Wing unboxing from an American Beyblade YouTuber, as opposed to the Japanese ones, who obviously got them way sooner. But yeah, overall I feel like Unicorn is going to be really strong in the tournament scene. At least the tip is going to be really strong. I can tell that much. His gear point is amazing. So I'm probably going to run that on probably 360 Phoenix Wing with the red 360, of course, to try and keep some sort of a coherent theme going. But yeah, seems like pretty good base. Would I recommend getting Unicorn? Absolutely, especially if you have a Phoenix Wing already. If you have Phoenix Wing, you could put this on there and just watch it shred. I am so confident in that right now. Especially in tournament. I know a lot of people run regular point, but if you somehow, let's say just somehow you have Cobalt Drake already, and you want to run 560 point on one of them, 560 point on Cobalt, and maybe 3 or 960 gear point on Phoenix is what I'd go for. And then your last slot was obviously just going to have to be Hell Scythe Ball. Let's be real, Hell Scythe Ball is just banger. Okay. So overall thoughts, do I think you need Phoenix Feather? Not unless you're a real collector and you just like having all the parts, like I do. But if you're going to use defense in a tournament, it might do fairly well. But that's mostly a guess, because it is pretty round, I can tell, in the most parts. And it is got some decent weight, I'd say. Probably pretty relatively close to Drawn Sword's weight. Would I recommend Unicorn? Absolutely. 560 is an amazing ratchet to have. Gear point, I can tell, is going to do great on Cobalt or Phoenix Wing. And the lair, I'm not quite sure yet on where the lair stands, but I might give it some testing off camera for like stamina and maybe an attack combo. But overall, it's mostly you're getting this for gear point and an extra 560. And considering it's a booster, I'd say that's a pretty good deal for the parts you get. That's really good. And for Phoenix Feather, I'd say if you're going to spend 25 bucks and you're only getting a blade, only do that if you already have a lot of parts on hand. Otherwise, I would just save my 25 bucks for a starter or a booster that I don't have, you know what I mean? So, yeah, there you go. Thank you all for watching and have a good Beyblade time.